My name is Martha Towler. Technically, I'm a tarot reader. I work a little differently than most readers. I don't connect from the psychic level. I've been getting readings since I was 15 years old, and it started to get on my nerves that I would get readings where they would tell me things that really freaked me out. They would always say, somebody's jealous of you. Who's jealous of me? 1 of 5. I was like, oh my God, 1 of 5. I only have 3 friends. My friend's mom was this amazing medium. Amazing. She would bring in spirit like Teresa Caputo walking down the street. I gotta tell you something. And she would tell me things completely unfiltered. She told me I was gonna have a tragic fall. And I did. I twisted my ankle, and 5 years later, my ankle still bothers me. But it creates such anxiety around the event, like, is it gonna happen? I actually stopped going for readings, and I started reading myself, and I was using the Rider-Waite tarot deck. And after a little while, I started to get that same anxiety creeping in. And I realized it was the images, people with swords sticking in them and people stealing, and I couldn't stand it. So I put the cards away completely. And then my sister gave me these, the Radley Valentine Angel Tarot. You see them, aren't they pretty? And it changed everything for me. So when I started using these, I was able to kind of tap into that. And then this odd thing happened when I was, doing the readings for myself. I was doing the meditation, and this very weird thing started to happen. I saw a pyramid coming down on top of me, and I just kind of let it go. It was, kind of glowing in light, and it came down on top. And then another one upside down came from the bottom. And when they met, they clicked together and they started spinning. And there were all these sorts of geometric shapes and flashes of light and color, and it was just filling in, and it started spinning so fast, it just became this sphere of light around me. And I was so curious, like, what this thing was, that I started Googling it, and it came up Metatron's cube. So I said, ooh, who's Metatron? And Metatron is an angel, and Metatron is in this deck. That started the reconnection for me with the angels. I would ask them to come. And then when I'm doing meditation before reading, I'd say, who's working with me? And I would get the angel's name, or I would get a feeling. I didn't feel a real connection with it until I started doing these readings. And when I was offering them to other people, I asked them not to show me stupid things. Like, straight up, don't show me anything stupid. I don't want to know if somebody's getting into an accident. I don't want to know if somebody's sick or dying. And they actually said, of course not, we're angels. They focus in on where you are at the moment and the likely direction you're heading in. And if that direction that you're heading in is far from where you want to be, they're going to give you guidance that's going to help you get back on track. So they can't tell you what to do, they won't tell you what to do, but they're going to give you information so you can make the choices. And that's right up my alley, because that was what I was always searching for. You can come for a tarot reading, and in the reading, I'm asking that our spirit guides and our guardian angels work with us. And what's special about that is your guides and angels actually can tap into the Akashic records. And that's when you can see deeper meaning in your life, understand circumstances that you were moved into or that you had to experience, and how to move forward. Each person has a team that they're working with, their guides, their angels, and different teachers that come in at different times in our lives, and then my team. And then we have a broader team that's kind of overseeing it. So there might be 40 different entities that we're working with in a reading. You can ask questions about spirituality, about your career, about your romantic relationships, family relationships. There's no limit to what you can ask. They can be specific, they can be general, and they can even be about a situation that you don't know how to ask the questions about. The number one question that people come to me with is questions about love and relationships, especially during the pandemic. I thought when the pandemic hit, the questions were going to be about health and finances. Nope. Hands down, relationship. And it made sense to me, because when we're going through those tumultuous times, we want a partner. We want to be able to connect. So when I'm working with someone, I'm going to connect from the heart. We're not going psychic, third eye to third eye. There's not going to be any evil here. It's not happening. I've established clear angel portals of light in every area in my house and outside and surrounding the house. So there's nothing but light that comes into this place. The whole point of what I do is to empower somebody to, become the architect of their own life. What do you want to create? What kind of life do you want to be living? So it's now readings, and you can do 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or an hour. I don't want anybody to feel pressured in any way. And then you can do spiritual coaching. I have some clients that come once a week for 45 minutes just to kind of debrief and get a spiritual perspective on what's been going on. I do tarot classes for beginners, like you never opened up a pack of tarot cards before. I can guide you through that to anywhere along the development and understanding tarot, down to a spiritual development class. So texting is really the fastest way to reach me. You can email me. You can go to my website. There's forms that you can fill out. My website is marthastarot.com, and there's lots of free resources for people who are beginning to learn how to read the tarot. And there's some resources on chakras, and I've got a pretty up-to-date blog on, and I also have a column on medium.com. The more I read for people, the more I develop, the more I expand, the calmer I am. Because when you have abilities that you should be using, when you're not using them, they get pent up. It's kind of like a ping pong ball going bing, 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 bing inside of you, and you just go. So this has actually been the right channel. So it's the easiest thing I've ever done. It's also the most fun. Plus, I love the commute. I just come downstairs.